Hi there. Well, the voice is Scottish, but as you can see, the background certainly is not. I'm in Ubud, Bali, famed for Eat, Pray, Love, and I suppose I've been doing my own little bit of Eat, Pray, Love, and I have my own contribution to this BREXIT debate, which I've kept out of so far for fear of alienating friends because it's such a polarising problem. But my little bit of contribution or wisdom really comes from something my dad taught me a long time ago when I was a kid. He was an art teacher, and he'd been teaching an image that some of you, or many of you, will have seen already. It's the image of the old woman and the young woman. The optical illusion, I don't know whether you can see that. Do you see an old woman? Or what do you see? My dad asked me. I saw a young woman. He told me I was wrong. It was an old woman. How could I possibly see a young woman? And we argued, and of course he explained to me the illusion that we can be right and we can be wrong at the same time. Surely that is a powerful metaphor for where we've found ourselves in the Brexit debate. It doesn't matter which side of the debate I was on. I won't even say it now, in case those on the other side of that particular debate will say, aha, he's talking rubbish. I was on the Remain, and I'm also on the Brexit. And I am on neither at the same time. And that's partly the problem with democracy at the moment. It is a flawed system, we know that, and we need to improve it. But it's the best we've got at the moment, and while it's flawed and until we improve it, we need to decide what we do with it when we get into situations where we are trying to force this. Is it old or is it young? Is it black or is it white? Are you right or are you wrong? It's all of these things. Yes, 52% of people voted for the old women, for example, and they were mostly the older people, if that's not too pejorative. And the younger people saw the young women, 48%, and were digging in her heels saying that. And poor Theresa May, and I do feel sorry for her, is trying to come to a compromise and say, okay, let's say it's an old man, not an old woman. And of course that suits nobody, not in Parliament, not in the rest of the country, because we all know for sure it's certainly not an old man. So what's the answer? I don't know what the answer is. I don't know how we can reconcile the people who are digging in their heels that they must leave the European Union and those who are digging in their heels and saying it's madness to go off the cliff edge. I do think that we have to press the pause button as we reach this high noon situation of a vote in Parliament to go forward, to go back, or to crash out. We need to press the pause button and just draw breath and decide, how do we handle this? And accept that democracy, it might be the best system, but it has its flaws at the moment in a world that is increasingly polarised and where fake news and many other things are interfering with how we see the world. That's my contribution. I don't know the solution, but maybe smarter people than me can come up with something. Thanks for listening.